Hey Blazers, this episode is brought to you by Audible.com, an Amazon company. Get a free audiobook download and 30-day free trial at www.audibletrial.com/Blaze Entertainment, or visit the sponsor and supporters links on our website at entertheblaze.com. With over 180,000 titles to choose from for your iPhone, Android, Kindle, or MP3 player. Now let's start the show.
5, 4, 3, 2, 1, 0. Let's start the party. Locked in to the hottest station on the planet.
What's going on, Blazers? We are back with another episode of Blaze Entertainment. I'm your host, Kwame. Joined by the talented, proficient, the crazy, the peculiar Miss Free. What are you doing? She's been doing some random ass shit since we got into the studio today.
He's annoyed with me, thoroughly.
Just random. How are you?
He's the one that decided to give me popcorn.
Girl.
It's hot.
It is hot. I'm tired, and I'm not feeling good. I didn't even go to work today. I was not even feeling good.
Mm-hmm. You won't tell him why?
Anyway. I ate something really bad, so. Anyway.
Word of the week.
Yes.
The word of the week is neglect.
Neglect.
Yes.
Okay.
And that is the act of abandoning someone mid-conversation for a prolonged period of time, intentional or unintentional, via text messaging. And I am very guilty of this.
Yeah.
Whatever kind of messaging. Because I will see it and dead ass not respond.
Not respond forever.
Yeah. And that's mostly because I'm busy at work. So I'm be like,
you used to do that to me when we first when we first started getting closer, and we exchanged numbers and Facebook messaging or whatever,
mm-hmm.
and you would do that, but then after a while I would just harp on you and be like, "Hello, you want to answer?"
Yeah, I'm here. I saw it.
Did you see this? Are you getting my messages?
I'm a really bad texter sometimes. I do it to everybody. Anyways, neglect.
You ain't doing it to my ass because I will find you.
I do it to you now. I'll see it and then not even respond. I'll be like, all right, I got it.
Right. So, shout outs. Oh no, highlight of the week. I didn't really have a highlight this week. I'm so sad.
Damn.
Yeah.
Well, moving on.
Yeah, we're getting the shout out. I do have a highlight.
What?
So in 2 weeks, we do have an event that you and I will be going to. Asa Laveau is having a book signing for his new book that is coming out. We will be advertising that more next week. But check that out. Be on the lookout for that. He has a book signing at Zara's. Forgive me if I'm mispronouncing that, but Zara's.
The clothing store?
It's Zahara. Zahara. It's Zahara's books and things. It's in Inglewood, California.
Inglewood?
Yes. So, looking forward to that. Again, all that information is going to go up on Monday. And check that out on Pirate Media Network, and also we'll put it up on Blaze Entertainment's website as well, and social media networks or social media things. So let's get into shout outs.
Stuffs and things.
Charlie Carver observes the GLSEN's Day of Silence, and now Charlie Carver is a actor who is on Teen Wolf. And I like the fact I chose this one as a shout out because the fact that celebrities are coming out more and more and more and doing these type of things and supporting these causes are important to me. And I think that it's important for especially TV shows with teens that are that have a high demographic of teens. It's important to kind of let the youth know that it's okay to be gay, and, you know, and I think that it's important to kind of normalize these things, because if for such a long time it's been ostracized and put to shame. So I am very happy to hear that. And Miss Free, you have one?
Yes. All of Kendrick Lamar's songs from his album Damn.
Okay.
Damn. You can say it like that.
Okay. Damn.
Is on Billboard's top 100.
All of them?
All of them.
That's awesome.
Yes.
Good for you,
Shout out goes to Kendrick, because that's a good ass album.
I am saddened to say I have not listened to it yet. Is it good?
I just said it was a good ass album.
I'm sorry. What's your favorite one from it?
My favorite song, well, I like Humble. That's the single that he put out.
Mm-hmm.
That's a good song.
Mm-hmm.
And I like the song with Rihanna called Loyalty.
Okay.
Mm-hmm. You should check that one out.
I will check them out.
And I also, there's a number of songs I like. I like Fear. That's a good ass one.
Mm-hmm.
I like Feel. Feel is like I feel the song. Like it's deep on a personal level.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. I'll check it out. Listen to the title. Joanne the Scammer just pulled her most iconic move yet, introducing the Scamoji app, featuring over 100 custom Joanne gifts and emojis. Honestly, truly.
I still want that get out of my Caucasian house. Welcome, Matt.
Yes.
Like, I want it.
Yeah, that has to happen. But yes, I saw that on Facebook the other day. It was a sponsored ad, and I died. I was just literally dying of laughter, because I was like, "This is brilliant!" And shout out to you, Joanne the Scammer, for, like, you know, doing
Do
things.
the damn thing,
right?
Mm-hmm.
I have one more shout out, and it goes to
my favorite one,
the Queen, the Empress,
boom, boom, boom,
the Beyonce.
boom, boom, boom.
She announces. Oh, keep going.
Oh, okay.
It was great background music.
I'm sorry. It's fucked up now. Can't do it now.
I know, you fucked it up.
I'm sorry.
She announces the Formation Scholarships for Black women pursuing higher education, otherwise known as the Formation Scholarship Award. Excuse me, the Formation Scholars Awards. The awards will be given to a single black woman, or to a single black woman student at Berklee College of Music, Parsons School of Design, Howard University, and Spelman College. Incoming, current, and graduate students studying creative arts, music, literature, or African American studies are eligible to receive the funding.
That's cool.
It's Beyonce.
Look at Beyonce just giving out money. Amen.
She's like, you know what? Don't think because I'm pregnant and I'm on my ass that I won't be doing things for my community. Because I got this. Yeah.
She looks so good pregnant. She's like full, like her face is getting full, you know.
Fucking
like
love
just
her.
Pregnant.
Just looking like a full goddess.
any minute now.
Oh my God.
Any minute now. We will know.
The world's going to just stop moving.
No.
The world is just going to literally get shut down just for the moments that
I forgot what I bet on.
Coming.
I think I bet on 2 boys. Did I bet on 2 boys?
I think you said... Yeah, you said it was going to be boys.
I hope so.
I said it was going to be either a boy and a girl or 2 girls. I'm hoping for 2 girls.
I'm hoping for 2 boys.
Well, we'll see.
Because I can just see Blue just bossing them around.
Yes!
I love it.
Either way, I can see them Blue bossing them around anyway. She's like, I am big sister. You will listen to what the fuck I have to say. Okay? And you make sure you get those formation counts correct. Okay? It's 5, 6, 7, 8. Okay? Yeah, so that's all I got.
All right.
Let's take a break. And we'll be back with our Petty World News.
This episode is brought to you by one of our new sponsors, We Buy Black. We Buy Black is an online marketplace for Black-owned businesses to showcase and sell their products to a global community. What drives We Buy Black is a community of creative entrepreneurs who use We Buy Black to sell their products, thousands of shoppers who believe in supporting these entrepreneurs to affect social change, and committed staff of We Buy Black. Visit pyromedianetwork.com or entertheblaze.com for our sponsor direct links. It's time to support Black businesses. Now let's get back to the show.
And we're black with the Petty World's news section. Miss Free, you got anything?
Yes. So the first thing, I saw an article on CNBC, and the headliner read, "Millennial women are worried or ashamed of out-earning boyfriends and husbands." And my immediate reaction to this whole fucking ass thing was, no the fuck, we are not. Where the hell did you get this idea from? Right. Where the fuck is this coming from?
Yeah. So that was a weird article.
I didn't even want to read the article. Like, I skimmed it and was like, this is not true. Where the fuck are they getting these facts?
Well, I think I don't think they're getting their facts correct.
I don't think so either. As a millennial woman, I could give two shits about how you feel about what I'm making.
I think the concern is because millennial women are so strong and powerful that they're concerned that they will not get to maintain relationships with boyfriends and husbands and things because of how powerful they are and because. But
that sounds more like a man problem,
right? Exactly.
I don't see a woman having a problem with that.
Right.
Why should I feel ashamed that I'm making more than you?
And you shouldn't.
Exactly.
So therefore,
fuck that article. Moving on.
Okay. The Breaking Bad star, which I don't even know why they call him a star because he wasn't really a star in the show. Lavelle Crawford says gays should try pussy first. Lesbians should try dick out. The comic The comic and Breaking Bad star Lavelle Crawford has landed in hot water after making insensitive homophobic remarks. Speaking of the gay community to Vlad TV, Crawford let loose and said, no matter how much they're getting accepted, it's still fucking weird. Now they're trying to get their own bathrooms and shit, even though it's still not the norm.
Who asked you, though?
Nobody asked him. Okay.
Did he just come out and
his fat ass? Okay.
Did he just come out and decide that he was going to talk about this?
He was on Vlad TV.
Question?
I don't care. I didn't go into deep diving with that.
Nobody cares about how you
Nobody
feel.
asked you to say anything on it, speak on it. If it had my whole thing is this: mind your straight ass business. Nobody is fucking you. Nobody's trying to suck your dick. Nobody's trying to do any of those things. So why are you worried about what other men are doing with their mouths? Okay, mind your business. Like, don't worry about what lesbians and gays are doing, because if you're not lesbian gay, that's all fine and dandy. You don't have to worry about what the fuck we're doing because it doesn't affect you.
Mm-hmm. Anyways. Who was he again?
He was on Breaking Bad, and it's Lavelle Crawford, the fucking comedian, the fat one. The one that can't breathe. He's always like,
ew.
Yeah, bitch. Okay?
Ew.
Yeah, girl.
It sounds like he hates himself.
It sounds like he needs to put a sandwich back in his mouth and keep it there. Because I don't understand why he's even speaking on the gay community at all.
Ew.
Mm-hmm. You got anything?
I'm sorry. I hate when people like Helga Stalker. Like, it's too much.
It's like, what is wrong with you?
Anyways, Malia Obama has a stalker, or she had a stalker, whose name was Jadir Cardoso. Mm-hmm. He showed up to her work at the Weinstein Company and stood outside with a "Would you marry me" sign. Apparently, he has issues. He's had run-ins with the White House before, about him trying to get into the White House. Now, here's my problem. Don't you ever dare show up at Malia Obama's job ever again in your whole ass life, okay?
What is wrong with you? What are people going through?
I don't know.
What?
But she is not the one. Neither is Sasha.
None of them.
I will fuck you up, catch me in the street. Don't mess with my children. Speaking of Obamas, did you hear about Barack Obama giving his first speech after his vacation? Mm-hmm. And his black ass had the nerve to say, "So what's been going on since I left?" Fuck you, sir. My feelings were truly hurt in that moment. I was hurt. I almost cried. I said, "The fuck you mean? What's been going on?"
You know exactly.
You left. That's what happened.
Right. Sir, that was offensive, and you think it's funny, but it's not. Okay? I know he was trying to lighten up the mood, because I watched it, and I was just like, when he said that, I was like, what you mean?
I legit was about to cry. I was like, how dare you hurt my feelings.
What's been going on
that level?
Lots of things. As a matter of fact, things that you knew of prior to you leaving office.
Right.
So don't act like you don't know what's going on, sir.
I miss you. Just come back.
Just fix it. Fix it. Fix it, Barack.
God. Shit. Anyways.
My pressure,
I miss
my
you.
blood pressure.
That hurt my feelings.
Chris Pratt.
Who?
Chris Pratt. My old baby daddy. That stupid motherfucker. What is wrong? This is why... Straight men, stop talking. This is all you need to do. Just stop.
What had he said?
Talking.
What had he
so
said?
Stupid. Okay. Chris Pratt says blue collar America isn't represented in Hollywood.
You know, I'm just happy it wasn't Chris Evans or Ryan Reynolds, because I would have been truly hurt. Truly. Chris Pratt ain't even that cute to me.
First of all, Chris Pratt is fine as fuck.
No, he's not.
You can say what you want. You can say what you want. And just because he is fine as fuck does not exempt him from stupid ass or putting him on the super list, because what he said was fucked. It made no fuck ass sense.
Didn't he apologize for it afterwards?
Yeah, he apologized after. He was like, yeah, this was fucked up, blah, 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 blah. But the fact of the matter is that you said that. So that means that you believe that shit. And that goes along the lines of the shit that like, the fact that you think that it's not represented in Hollywood boggles my mind. Like, literally, Twitter gave him millions of fucking examples of blue collar movies. Or, like ones that he played in.
Really?
Yes.
Oh, so what a dumbass.
Like, how about Parks and Rec?
Now you're just dumb. Now you're just dumb.
I mean, literally.
You know what? That was your boo.
Was.
You claimed him.
That's okay. I got plenty of others.
Ivanka Trump.
Oh, this fucking...
You know what? I was going to say I kind of feel bad for her, but I don't.
I don't feel bad for that whore.
I don't really care for her. Anyways, she went to a women's panel and defended her father, Donald Trump. She tried to explain how she was proud of her father and his advocacy for women's rights and the working class. Now, Ivanka, who the fuck do you think you fooling?
I can't deal with this family.
You proud of him for defending women's rights and defending the working class? This motherfucker is trying to propose a tax drop of 35% to 15% that will largely benefit large corporations. 15% tax.
To include the Trump Organization.
Girl, so how dare you sit up and to everybody's face? That was just offending. Like, you offended the whole ass audience.
And he's talking about, or she's talking about that he's trying to defend, or he's trying that she spoke proudly of her father, or that she's proud of her father for women's advocating for women's rights.
How?
The working class.
But what's he was just talking about grabbing pussies the other day.
Yeah, but he is also the one that took away a legislation or denied or rewrote repealed a legislation that allowed equal pay for gender pay or gender equality.
Meaning there's none.
Right.
That's what you're saying.
So it's going to go back to...
So you know what? Fuck Donald Trump. And fuck you for even trying to defend that fuck ass.
The same guy that was like all talking about pussy grabbings.
Pussy grabbings. Bitch.
I mean...
How the fuck... That was... How dare you offend my intelligence?
I just don't have the energy.
Just shut up, Ivanka.
My whole thing is this. I don't understand how we are still talking about this or having these type of conversations when the man and his entire organization is still under investigation about colluding with a foreign fucking entity. Like, I just don't understand, why are we still having conversations? Why are we even talking about his legislations when we are trying to figure out if he's been colluding with a foreign fucking entity? So we're talking, that's what I don't understand. Why are we having these conversations? Why are we talking about what the fuck he's doing in the office when we don't even know how he legitimately got into the office? That's my issue.
Girl.
Is that you want to talk about his legislation and his first 100 days of him not doing diddly shit, which he hasn't. But the bottom line is that he's still under investigation under for possible ties and colluding with Russia.
Why is it taking so long?
Girl, this is gonna take forever. Had it been Barack's black ass,
Oh, he would have been gone.
like. He would have been. He would have been the first black president, but the first black president, or the first president to be impeached in a month.
He would have just made a whole lot of firsts.
Girl, please.
Anyways, moving on.
I just can't. Fox News. Fox News is under so much shit. Like, I can't even keep up. Literally, for the past it's been something every day with Trump, but lately, this past week, Fox News something has been going on.
That's great, because the Lord is working.
Right.
That's what that means.
So Bill O'Reilly's replacement, Tucker Carlson, once beat up a gay guy who bothered, quote unquote, him. So he's under. So they dug that up on him. Snoop Dogg is also wondering why Bill O'Reilly is not being humiliated like Bill Cosby was.
Well, because you know why.
We know why.
Duh.
Fox News guest says Sean Hannity invited her twice to his hotel. A former Fox News guest claimed last week that Sean Hannity had invited her to his hotel twice when they appeared together for one of his programs. But after she rebuffed him, she said she was never asked back on the show. Bill O'Reilly is gone, but Fox News' legal nightmare continues, where Fox News allegedly forced black employees to arm wrestle each other for a white superior's amusement. Yeah.
Girl, listen,
all that.
How is Fox News still a thing in general?
How
the Lord is working. He's working. I'm gonna just pray.
Right.
He's working.
And I'm at a point
on our behalf right now. You know,
I'm at a point.
Bitch. I believe in that too.
I'm at a point right now with this administration, with Fox News, with the right wing, where I'm just like, you know what? I'm just gonna let y'all sink.
And what Negro decided to do it anyway? Questions.
I don't know what to say anymore.
Is there a human resources at Fox
Right?
News? Like, I'm confused.
Like, is there any type of like standards, any type of like anything at your station? Because questions, concerns.
Fuck Fox News. Anyway.
You got anything else?
Jesse Williams.
Oh.
My boo, my bae,
Oh.
is divorcing his wife, Erin Drake Lee. It said that the divorce is amicable. They have a 3-year-old daughter and I think a 2-year-old daughter. I think they're both girls. This is a joyous day for me because that means I got a shot.
Girl, I ain't even thinking about that. You are horrible.
I'm gonna shoot my shot. You know what? You know, it's a sad thing. I'm sad for them, but he's on the market.
Does anybody know why? Like, he's like,
I don't know. I don't think he even answered the question because I think TMZ tried to ask him why, and then he had a shirt on the back that said "Don't believe the hype," and he just kind of walked off. So he never really said why, which is fine. I'd rather not know. And
I think I don't know. I feel bad for them because they seem like a really good couple.
I do too, but I'm also happy for myself.
Of course, because you hoeing it out there.
I'm just saying, I'm sad for them. Like, regardless of what the situation is, I am sad for them. Yes. But you know what?
Yeah. He's
Jesse Williams, bitch. I'm going
time to go to the
be
Grove,
in my sadness forever.
You ready to go to the Grove?
Hell yeah. I know he lives somewhere up over there, girl. I know he does.
Lord. All right, well, that's all we got. We're going to be back.
Love you, Jesse.
We'll be back with the reviews. Bye. What's up, Blazers? Check out the 5-fruit face wash from our sponsor, Zerian Skin Science. Made with 5 different fruit extracts, this gently exfoliating cleanser is perfect for all skin types. Jojoba beads, pineapple, and papaya extracts help get rid of dead skin that keeps you from looking your best. Mango, watermelon, and strawberry extracts do their part too, moisturizing and nourishing your skin. I use this product and notice an immediate difference in my skin's texture and clarity. Visit colors.goboom.com and use offer code BLAZEATOMIC.
And we're back. With the reviews. Yes, we're here.
And we're queer. Well, I am.
Yes.
You're only queer for Rihanna.
Yeah.
Well,
It's hot shit.
it's super hot today. And I'm not feeling good. So let's get into the review news. I have a couple of things.
What you got? Lay it on me.
Slight.
I'm ready. Did you watch the trailer?
I did.
It's good. I want to see it.
That's definitely going to be something I want to see.
What is Slight about?
Slight is the black superhero flick you have to see before Black Panther. That is how it's being marketed. And J.D. Dillard's science fiction film follows Bo, played by Jacob Lattimore, a young street magician who is struggling to raise his younger sister Tina, a wrinkle in time's Storm Reed, on his own. During the day, he astounds audiences with his magic shows, and at nights, he finds himself dealing drugs for the volatile Angelo, played by Dule Hill, Dule Hill. However, the most compelling thing about Bo isn't his double life. It's the fact that something much more mystical than tricks is involved in his magic shows.
So Bo is telekinetic.
Oh.
I love it.
Hmm.
And he's in the hood, too. So this is going to be a great year.
Yeah, and it's going to be, I think, didn't Peele or Kia...
No, nothing to do with him.
Jordan Peele didn't do this?
No, he didn't. It's a whole different director.
But it's from the makers of Get Out, correct?
I don't think so. I don't think it has anything to do with Get Out. Watch the trailer, y'all. Slight. When does it come out? This year.
Slight hits theaters April 28th.
Yes, that's this Friday.
That's when
That's tomorrow. Yes.
We should go see it.
I don't know. Not tomorrow. See, look what I do. I just want to go home and chill and sit.
Oh, we can go home or chill and sit after we watch it.
No, girl. I gotta relax and de-stress my mind. Shit.
Okay. Well, that was that. I also have some news on Rihanna and Lupita Nyong'o say they'll make the movie Twitter made up.
Yes.
So Twitter, there was a picture of Rihanna and Lupita that
they're sitting at a fashion show.
Yeah, it was some fashion show. Was it a fashion or a game?
It was a fashion show.
So they were at a fashion show, and Twitter went crazy after this picture, and they said
picture is not. This picture is old.
It really is an old picture. But Rihanna, they said that Rihanna looks like she scams rich white men, and Lupita is the computer smart best friend that helps plan the scams. Now, when it was said, I was like, I can see this.
I can too.
I can see this, and she really did look like Joanna Scammer in that particular picture. So I was like, yes, this would have been brilliant. And so now people are talking about.
And they wanted Ava. How do you pronounce her last name? Ava DuVernay.
Who?
Ava DuVernay. The girl who produced Queen Sugar. Ava. Girl, anyways, they wanted her to produce the movie because she's a boss. And I think they wanted Issa Rae to write it or something.
Oh, yeah. I mean, duh. That would have been awesome.
I think it would be a good comedy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That would be a really good. Like, I'm looking at all these tweets about it. It's hilarious. But yes. So, I finished
13 Reasons Why.
13 Reasons Why.
We'll You know what? I don't even feel like doing that right now. Let's move on to the magicians.
Yeah.
I just don't. It was good. I just don't right now.
It could be problematic. That's all I gotta say.
Yeah.
It was a good show in regards to how it was produced and well put together and stuff like that, and the unfolding of the story. But it was a little much in certain areas.
Mm-hmm.
Like I was just like triggered. So yeah. But let's get on to the episode review.
Yes.
This week was The Magician Season 2, Episode 2, Hotel Spa Potions, which was the name of the episode.
They really have some weird-ass names.
They really
I
do.
didn't even...
The titles of the show.
Hotel Spa Potions?
Right. Sci-fi.com
That's what I mean by this show is corny.
Yeah. Sci-fi.com recaps. The gang has headed back to Breakbills to ask Dean Fogg for a little help in uncovering a spell to vanquish the beast. They found the workbook of spells and fillery from 1893, and while that's mostly helpful, I can't talk today. The actual spells are what they need to find. The stakes are pretty high. If the beast gets to the wellspring and fillery, magic dies. Not just there, but everywhere. The beast is pretty tied up with Julia at the moment. However, he won't stop singing with a pretty great voice, actually, and is about to drive Julia half crazy. They have to work together to find and kill Reynard the fox, but these are not people who get along well. So,
this is one of the times I actually enjoyed the beast.
Yes. Yeah.
I enjoyed him on a different level.
Yeah.
I was like, you know what? I like you.
Yeah.
You hella chill. You kind of crazy. And that's okay.
He's low-key handsome.
Ew.
He's low-key handsome for an older man.
Ew.
No, I found him low-key handsome.
And he's just singing these songs with a jolly voice. And he's like skipping around her living room. And it's great. I was like, you know what? You are annoying as shit. But, you know what? You ain't got nothing better to do right now. You letting Julia figure everything out.
Right.
I'm just here because, bitch, you got this knife thingy that could possibly kill me.
It's like, you brought me here. It's your problem.
Right.
I'm just going to stand here and sing. But let's go to the beginning of the show. We start out with things that are happening in Fillory. They're talking about that they need to go to
back to Earth to get this damn book.
Right. And Penny leads them through the areas to get through, what is that place between the worlds where they jump in the water and then they find,
I call it the no place. Whatever.
The in-betweens.
Yeah, the in-between.
The in-between place.
Yeah.
The fountain world. So they get through that. They see people that are there, and they decide to jump into the water to get to Earth, so they don't have to deal with the people that's about to stop them. They get to Breakbills. What is that teacher that? Not Dean Fogg, the other one.
The fairy. I don't know why I keep thinking she's a fairy because she was in once.
Oh no, but no. The
teacher. What a teacher.
Not her. You're talking about the blue fairy.
Yes.
That was in Once Upon a Time. Not her. The other one.
The fairy. She's a fairy.
She's a fairy too?
Yes. I believe she was a fairy. Or an elf.
Okay.
Something like that. But she's the one that had the book of battle magic.
Right.
And she's the one that had the riddles for them to find the damn book.
But not her. Before, she's a teacher at Breakbills.
I don't know who you're talking about.
Okay, the one that was helping Penny with his arms. She started helping, and then Penny was like trying to smooth talk her or whatever, and they looked like they were getting ready to fight.
Oh, yes. The blonde.
Yes.
Okay. I don't know her name.
But
what's up with that relationship? Let's just go there for a second.
Yeah, for real.
What the fuck is that about? Like,
first of all, it was awkward.
Where did this come from?
It was very awkward, but it made me low-key turned on by Penny because I'm like, damn, you smooth, man.
No, he's not.
Yes,
it's so corny because, like, listen,
cute.
I was like, I don't get this dynamic. Where did it come from? It just came out of nowhere. All of a sudden, you just want to fuck your student. Like, I don't get it. I just don't get where the fuck. I mean, he's fine and everything, but damn, girl, get it together.
I mean, yeah, that was awkward. That was so awkward. But anyway, so let's see. The Beast brings what's her name, Marina, the hedge witch.
Yes.
To
set a trap.
To set a trap, and Marina's not having
Bitch,
it.
the fuck you not.
Pissed. And then I didn't know this until they started talking about it more, but apparently there are a bunch of different hedge witches all over the place.
Yeah.
And they have this like kind of network that's going on, and they have sides, and it's almost like governmental, if you will. It's organized, if you will. And so Marina contacted some hedge witch in some other place. I think it was New York, some city that this other hedge witch was at. She goes over there, and the bitch is dead. Marina now realizes, oh shit.
Bitch, she's like, bitch, first of all, Julia, what the fuck did you do?
Right.
Because now I'm in your hot ass mess.
Right.
Because you unleashed this demon man.
Right.
You unleashed hell upon us.
Right.
What the fuck is wrong with you?
I was minding my business.
You was tripping. For real.
She really was.
Like, she was like, you got me all up in here. Now I'm back. I was chilling with my weed the other day.
Right.
Now I'm over here in your shit again. I love Marina.
Julia needs to get her life together. But anyway, she was pissed off. Marina was mainly pissed off because she got interrupted with her peace and love and life, and got sent to this Michael Bublé show that she calls Martin Chapman Michael Bublé. And I died. And I was like, yes.
Birds flying high. You know how I feel. Don't you know?
Don't you know no good?
Skipping around. He has a nice voice.
Really nice.
Singing musical voice.
Yes.
Forget. But the only thing I really appreciate about Marina is that she casted that spell on Julia to help make her forget. I believe that was the previous episode, but that was one of Marina's positive qualities, I guess.
Yes. Yes.
So
and throughout, I found it interesting throughout the entire show that or this entire episode that that he's still like on this whole I need to get rid of your shade type thing, or let me take your shade away, you know what I'm saying, type thing. Like, he's still focused on and harping on, even though you have this main project and focus that you want to deal with, Julia, let me try to get this thing away from you so that way you can be happy, you know what I'm saying. Like,
why do you think he wanted to do that?
I think
he wanted to take it and give it back to himself.
I don't know. That's actually a really good observation, or a good theory. I don't think that that's the case, because I think that any type of pain, for somebody to do that, they would not want to deal with any type of pain, let alone someone else's.
Well, yeah, because we got Martin Chatwin's backstory in season 1, right?
Right.
That was pretty dark.
Right.
So
I don't know. I'm thus far I'm commending Julia on not getting rid of her shade, because even though rape is a tough thing to handle, she is still willing to deal with it. You know what I'm saying? Because she could easily just be like, you know what, fuck this, I don't want to deal with life anymore. Just let me get rid of my shade.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So I can just not think about this ever again. So yeah, I'm interested to see how it goes. I still feel like this episode is not picking up fast enough. It was a nice distraction.
Yeah.
It was
especially all that damn singing.
And I will say this: most episodes where they're slow on things, or they're like, I call them filler episodes. This one was a good filler episode, because it wasn't like, it wasn't boring. It was just like, okay.
Yeah.
Can we get to
next episode?
Yeah. And that's pretty much it. So yeah, I'm interested to see where they go from here, and how they're going to progress. Because right now this episode was more of the character development, and also the relationship development between the Beast and Julia. So that was interesting to see.
And I think their relationship kind of makes me more think that Julia is going to be one of those dark characters, like I said in the previous episode.
Yeah. And at first, when you said that, I didn't co-sign onto it immediately, but now I get it. I get what you're saying, because I could see it happening. I just didn't think that they would go to it, and I still, to a point, don't feel that they're going to go to that level. But it's starting to make more and more sense as I'm watching and focusing on that.
Yeah, I mean, you have to have a villain in every show, like a villain.
Yeah.
Because when they got rid of, let me not jump to conclusions. We going through this one episode at a time.
Yes.
Anyways, let me not say what I was about to say. But you have to have one major villain in the show.
Yes.
That you're dealing with on a constant basis, or a looming threat.
Right.
And the Beast so far is not that looming threat because they've already confronted him so quickly. If that makes sense.
Right.
So, anyways, what did you rate it?
This episode's gonna get a 7.5.
I'll give it a 6.
Okay.
It's like,
Yeah. I mean, it wasn't bad. It just wasn't like great.
Great, yeah.
Yeah. So, all right. Well, next week we are going to recap. We're gonna recoup this weekend, but we're gonna recap on episode 3 of season 2.
Yes.
And we'll be back with the listener letters portion of the show.
Bye.
Bye. Hey Blazers, we love hearing from you. Got a show review? Need some advice? Have an opinion? Or want to vent something out yourself? Tell us about it. Visit www.entertheblaze.com and send in a letter today. And we're back with the listener letters portion of the show. Don't forget that you can go ahead and send in your listener letters to www.entertheblaze.com, and you can send it to us at Blaze Entertainment or our companion podcast, which is aftertheblaze.com, or excuse me, After the Blaze podcast.
What?
With Hope Giselle and 50 Shades of Gay. Miss Free, take it away.
All right, the first question comes from Melody. She's from Oregon. And
hello.
Her question reads, have you guys seen 13 Reasons Why? I am curious to know your point of view on the show. Your reviews of Game of Thrones and Walking Dead are great, and I recently just started watching The Magicians because of you.
Oh.
Keep being fab, Melody.
Thanks.
Melody, I was almost exhausted the previous segment because I was just like, 13 Reasons Why is just so much stuff to unpack.
Yeah.
And to put it briefly, I thought 13 Reasons Why was a good show. Meaning it kept my attention. I wasn't bored, you know? Like, because I could have easily seen myself being like, bitch, ain't nobody got no time for this right now, But I found myself wanting to see what happens next. Why, I found myself wanting to know how these characters had anything to do with her death in the first place, and what the fuck does Clay have to do with any of this shit, because as far as I'm concerned, Clay was just oblivious in the whole situation. Right. He was just kind of there, someone she knew, not necessarily someone that had a negative impact on her life.
Right.
I don't know. It's just so much to unpack. Like, I try to have a conversation with my mom about it. It was just, suicide is a hard topic to deal with. And it's a hard topic to discuss. And I don't want to say anything that might offend someone in the wrong way without thinking about it first or trying to put myself in someone's shoes. That's just my perspective on it. I'm still trying to process that whole show. It's a lot to deal with. And they touched on a lot of different subjects. Like, they touched on, Courtney being gay and her feelings about her sexuality. They touched on being a stalker almost. They touched on, obviously, suicide. It was just a lot of...
They touched on bullying.
Bullying, yes, because with Tyler, right?
They touched on a lot of teens.
They touched on rape.
Yeah.
It was very dark.
They didn't touch on rape. They full on through.
That's what I'm saying, yeah. Slut shaming, shaming. So, what did you think?
For a show, as a show from a production standpoint, from an audience standpoint, I thought it was enthralling. I thought it was well put together.
Right.
It was edited really well.
Right.
And I felt like as a binge-worthy show, it is definitely one.
Right.
However, it is extremely triggering. And I do feel, to a certain extent, that, first of all, kids should not watch the show. And it's on Netflix, which Netflix has great access to a young, demographic, which concerns me. I don't want to be those people, because I feel I'm on one hand where when I was younger, I was always like, trying to, let adults know, by joining all these like youth leadership and peer groups and peer leader groups or whatever, and and teen advocacy, and always talking about like trying to express to adults that we're not as dumb and naive as they think that we are.
Right.
And so I don't want to put this blanket thing over teens and say they're not prepared or able to handle these type of things.
Mm-hmm.
However, the content, it was triggering for me.
Mm-hmm.
And it hit me hard in certain aspects when it came to certain things. Like I was like taken aback by certain things. And so for me personally, it was hard to watch. But it is someone's story. Right. I feel like, and yes, it's a fictional show. It's not quote unquote based off of, real events of anybody in particular. But those type of things do happen to teenagers. Right. Mm-hmm. Those type of things has happened to us. You know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. At some point in time in anybody's life, you felt super depressed or super sad about something. So everybody can relate to it at some point in time, some way, shape, or form. So I think that we should not get too crazy into overanalyzing it in terms of where it should be placed in a teen's life or in terms of the viewer. I think you should take from it how you feel. I do think at the end I was extremely disappointed because I did not like the way they that ending part. You know what I'm talking about? Right.
It's almost
that was intense.
Like they didn't wrap up Hannah's story. It
wasn't even that for me. It was for me. It was when she did what she did. I didn't think that it was necessary for us to go into that visually
to see it. Yeah.
I could have gotten it without it being that extra. Right. You know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. And I think that was what took me to another level. I was like, girl, y'all didn't have to do all that. Right. Like, I get what she was going. I get what she was going to do. You could have just said something. Mm-hmm. You could have just, she could have just told the story or just said it. And we didn't have to see all that visually. Mm. I think that's what took me by surprise. Like, that was a fucked up situation to watch. I didn't think that was needed at all. Mm. Also, the episode before where they went into when she was assaulted, that was not necessary. You know what I mean? Like I just felt like they just went a little too far with certain things, but that's my personal opinion. Right. And again, like I said, it's very triggering. So if you're not able to handle shows like that or visual stuff of that manner, this is not a show that you want to watch.
Right. I mean, and it gives the trigger warning at the very beginning of the episode if they know it's going to be jarring. You know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. Like they gave that. Some viewers might find this. What's the disclaimer? Some viewers might find this disturbing or whatever. Yeah. As for if it was necessary or not, I don't know. Personally, I think it was important. I'm not even sure. Like, it's one of those things that I'm not even sure if it was necessary or not to see. A lot of the stuff was very heavy, and I can see how someone who's that has happened to could feel some type of way about that. For me personally, it wasn't that jarring. As in, like, I felt that it was important to me to see something like that. Mm-hmm. Like, it touched me on a different level. Mm-hmm. Whereas if I had not seen it, it would have just, whatever. Leave it up to your imagination, how she did it, I think it was very important for me to see something like that. To see how it affected her family. Like, the whole process, I think the ending was very important to the beginning. Because it's important to see how she came to that conclusion and how she felt in that moment. You know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. So to leave it out, for me, I don't think it would have been unnecessary, and I don't think it would have been necessary at the same time. They could have easily.
So it sounds like you're saying that for someone who has been through that,
Right.
it may not have been necessary because it's triggering.
Right.
But for someone who has not been through a situation like that, or has not been so depressed to the point that they want to take their lives, it gives them a glimpse of how one would feel that way.
Right. Okay. You know what I'm saying? I don't know. Like, it's such a deep topic for me because I personally have not had a story like Hannah's happen to me before. Like, I've been depressed, like I've had people bully me, but I've never been in her shoes, you know? So I don't know how someone would react in those situations. But that show's just so deep. I think it's a good show. I think it's very important for people to see it. And I think you need to watch of what age a child is to see this show. I think it's important for a teenager to see, but I think you need to watch when they see it. You know what I'm saying?
And I think it's also a good thing. Like, this whole, like, don't, like, have your kids watch. Like, I don't think that a 4-year-old or a 5-year-old should watch it.
Right.
However, I do think that maybe a 15-year-old should watch it. However, it should be done with you. Why don't you have a discussion with your child?
Right.
Why don't you watch it with your child? Right. Why don't you, so that way it can generate conversation. Because I think a lot of the things that when it comes to parents, and again, I'm not a parent, I don't have any kids. I, in a previous life, I did have, stepchildren. I think one of the things that I would look back at in terms of, or if I was to have kids again, is to have more of a conversation with your child. Because I think that, and it's not about like, well, my child is not my friend, I'm its parent. That's great. That's all fine and dandy. Right. You can still be a parent, but you can still have conversations with your child. Right. Not like this.
Not ignore it.
Right. And not only ignore it, but and also, you don't have to have a situation where you're just constantly giving them a sermon. You know what I'm saying? Like, if you constantly are dictating to them what they need to do, they're not going to be receptive to it. Right. Have a conversation. What do you think about this son? What do you think about this daughter? Have you experienced this? I've experienced this. This is what I've been through. Right. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. Like, I think that's very important. I've seen some articles where they felt like it was glamorizing suicide almost. You know what I'm saying? Like, her whole story was almost glamorizing.
I don't think it was glamorizing.
And I don't think it was glamorizing.
I really don't.
I think
it was a little intense.
It was intense. But
I don't think it was glamorizing. There wasn't like no pomp and circumstance.
I don't know. I haven't processed it fully, and I don't want to speak on something I don't know that well enough because I don't want to risk the chance of offending someone. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's hard for me to unpack something without knowing about it, So, I don't know.
That's where we're at with that.
Thanks for the question, Melody girl. That was too much. That's why I didn't want to touch that right now. Like, it was just too much.
Yes.
All right, one more question.
Okay.
And then we're going to be done.
Yes.
This question comes from Angry Woke Woman.
Oh.
And...
and before we go into that question, I want to let people know that first of all, we appreciate you guys sending in your letters. And just because we're not reading them, we get a lot of letters in a week. And just because we don't read them doesn't mean that we are not going to or we don't care. It's just that we have a certain time frame. So sometimes we can only get to 2 to 3 letters.
Yeah,
so
that girl.
Keep sending them in. It'll eventually get on the show.
Right. All right.
Sorry, guys.
The next question comes from Angry Woke Woman. She's from Compton. And her question reads, I just got finished listening to the After the Blaze recap of the 420 episode.
Okay.
I personally enjoyed the new format of both shows. I like the new hosts, but yes, there is a but. I had problems with what Hope and 50 said about Shea Moisture. I have been a long-time consumer of Shea Moisture products for a while until they started changing their formula. Shea Moisture was created specifically for women of color with coarse or curly hair types. And Hope comparing what Shea did to weave and sew-ins is just crazy to me. White women have everything. They do not need to be marketed to. They don't know our struggle and don't know what we have to do just keep our hair manageable. A big part of that struggle is the fact that majority of hair products are marketed to white women. And just so we are clear, 100%, please know that I have an associate's degree in business administration and a BA in marketing. So don't come at me like I don't know shit.
Ooh.
Listen, girl. Okay, listen, you took it kind of personal. And to add insult onto injury, they started talking about wokeness, quote unquote. Like, what the fuck are you talking about? We just like to argue. Y'all wrong for that. Angry Woke Woman.
Oh. Okay. Well,
I know you wasn't talking to me because I ain't said shit about Shea Moisture, girl.
We haven't even.
Let me tell you how I feel about Shea Moisture.
Before we get into that, let's answer her question.
What was her question?
Well, let's get to her.
She sound like she just going off.
Yeah. I will say this. One of the things that I like about Blaze Entertainment and our hosts, plural, is that we all have our own. We're all very powerful and opinionated, and we all, have our own views and viewpoints and perspectives of things. There are times when Miss Free and I do not see eye to eye on certain topics, and that's fine. I respect her position. She respects mine. And the same thing goes with Hope and 50.
Right.
There are going to be times when we don't see eye to eye on their perspectives and then vice versa with ours. So I'm not going to comment on their perspective and say anything about how they feel about it. I can only speak from my perspective, and Miss Free can only speak from her perspective of the situation. I personally did not agree with what Hope and 50 said about Shea Moisture. I do agree with a lot of the points that, what was her name?
Angry woke woman.
Angry woke woman, okay.
AKA Anon.
Okay, so I personally agree with some of the points that you did make. I will say this. I don't think Shea Moisture was going to be my vent, but let's
just handle it here.
I mean, yeah. I feel like there is the reason why Shea Moisture blew up the way it did, and this is why it's so frustrating for specifically black women, why it's frustrating for them. Shea Moisture was specifically made for black women, not just women of color, for black women. Coarse curly skin, coarse or curly hair, and natural coarse and curly hair. There are not a lot of products that work with our hair types. They're just not. Because they're not marketed or made that way. Mm-hmm. Mainstream hair products are geared towards white women. And so, or hair that is straighter and naturally straight, I guess. A lot of those products are not geared towards curly, coarse hair types. And so, when you have a product that has worked for black women and has been built and made for black women and comes from a black-owned family and they're constantly pushing out these products for them, it's very frustrating that when they get to a level where they want to go mainstream, that they lose their identity base. Mm-hmm. And I think that's what pissed off black women or women of color, and why they got such a huge backlash, because the video that they made, it's not just about inclusion and including other people into that video, or to make them more appealing to other demographics. What's frustrating is that they completely wiped out their main base. Mm-hmm. And that is what's frustrating.
Right.
Because it's like, you got this new marketing company, or you just new, people in your boardroom or whoever the fuck you're listening to. And all of a sudden, you're forgetting that the reason why you are successful is because black women have been buying your products. You know what I'm saying? Like, they are the driving force behind why you have millions now. You know what I'm saying? They're the driving force why you're able to hire these marketing companies. They're the driving force why you are able to have a corporate entity. So it's really frustrating when you have situations like Shea Moisture, companies like Shea Moisture and Pepsi, and where they become tone deaf. Specifically, it hurt more for in regards to Shea Moisture, because it was a black-owned company. Or it is a black-owned company, and it's what's frustrating is that it was the formula, the products are originally were made for black women and women of color. So when you have a commercial and you're putting out this product, and you have a commercial where there's literally one person of color, and they're the lightest person of color possible, and the rest are white women, talking about how they had to dye their hair blonde just to fit in. Like, it's so tone deaf, and it's so frustrating that I don't understand how you can't be frustrated.
Right.
You know, what are your thoughts on it?
Well, when I first watched the video, I was at work.
Mm-hmm.
And my instant reaction was like, "Woof, bitch, what the fuck is wrong with the damn video?" but that's only because I was doing 100,000 things at one time, right? I wasn't paying attention to the video.
Right.
So I watched it again. And upon the second watch, I was like, what? You hate your hair?
Right.
Huh. That's funny. You know, like, it was like, okay. You hate your hair because you're a little blonde? Like, I'm confused, you know? And then, upon a third watch, and hearing what the backlash was, I got it. I was like, oh, okay, girl. Easy peasy. Like, I see why they slipped up, because that was a fuck up. Like, the second watch, I was like, okay, girl. Like, why do y'all... Because as a black woman with coarse, kinky hair... hating your own hair is a very deep-rooted situation. You know what I'm saying? And a white woman hating her hair is not the same as a black woman hating her natural hair. It's not the same thing. Just because you wanted to be a blonde is not the same thing as wanting to have straight hair because society is telling you that your hair naturally is fucked up. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
So
and on top of that, when you have situations when you're growing up and you try to look for products that can benefit and to maintain your hair,
and they're not there.
They're not there. They're not marketed
available.
for.
So, as you were saying, I don't have a problem with white women being included on the brand. I don't. I honestly could give two shits. You know what I'm saying? But don't forget about who got you to where you are, which is black women. And the way the commercial was set up, as you had said before, when we had talked, it was kind of like, oh, look, white people, hey, we're here. We hate our hair too. Woo! Like, I was like, what? You know, like, it was just random almost. Like, what the fuck is this?
Right.
I can see of them having a majority of black women and sprinkling of white women in there. You know what I'm saying? Like, oh, this is my story, blah, 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 and this, whatever. It was an addition to the core base. Not as an excluding the core base, which was weird because, and then you have this racially ambiguous girl with, you know, longer, looser curls, and there's nothing wrong with that. It's just the whole commercial at its core was about hating your natural hair for me, and that message was wrong because those types of women don't have the same types of problems or issues as black women with kinkier, coarser types of hair does. Right.
They don't have the same struggles.
They don't have the same struggles. No. You know what I'm saying? And Shea Moisture gave that product to black women with those struggles as a means of loving their natural hair the way it is. You know what I'm saying? So I get it. I get it 100%, you know? So in that sense, I will say I disagree with Hope at its core. But at the same time, for me, at that first moment in time, I was like, I don't get it, you know, like I don't see it, you know, and that's just my instant reaction. I was like, girl, why are you wasting your breath? You know, like they all do that. When they get on, they leave your ass for a white girl. You know what they say? You know? Like, hello, like that's why I was like. Like, you know, like, bitch, I can't. But I think
that's the problem. That's what's frustrating with Shea Moisture.
And I get it.
Because it's not like it was a company that had, like, you know, that started out white, then came to black, and then went back to white. It was a black-owned, black-focused, pro-black company that kind of, like, slapped their core in the face almost. You know what I'm saying? And I think that's what was frustrating for a lot of people. I know for me personally, I keep my hair bald, but I do use a lot of, I used to use a lot of Shea Moisture's products, in terms of like their shea butter and, you know, their body wash and stuff like that, and their African black soap. Like, oh, that was awesome until I switched over to Atomic, but still, not the point. The bottom line is that when you have a core base like that, specifically, you know, the way they handled it was just trash. Like the way they handled it was just trash. That was it. And I think that was what was frustrating about the situation. Now, in regards to the whole woke thing, I'm really getting frustrated with people, making it seem like, I understand that there's extremes in everywhere. There's extreme people in the right wing. There's extreme people in the left wing. There's extremes in every facet of life. So you have those extremists that will take whatever idea and take it to another fucking level. You know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. But for the most part, when people start making it generalize a group of people, especially people who are quote unquote woke and quote unquote conscious, and they're trying to have a better understanding of the world, and also have a better understanding of their history and who they are as Black people. It's really frustrating when people sit there and say, oh, well, they always want to have a reason to argue. Like, that's the same stuff that Black people are told all the time by white people. You know what I'm saying? Like, all you guys want to do is argue. You don't want to move forward. Yes, we want to move forward, but you have to acknowledge what's actually going on first.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying?
I agree. I do think at times, though, for me, it's kind of like pick your battles, girl.
Yeah, this is true. Yes.
Pick your battles wisely, because you don't want to come off as saying you're complaining about everything, which they're probably going to say any fucking way, regardless of the motherfucking fact anyway. But to me, for my mental health and well-being, I like to choose my battles wisely. Right. And honestly, for me, on one of those levels, Shea Moisture's commercial for me personally was not a battle I felt like fighting. You know what I'm saying?
Because honestly, I mean, yes, we need to call them out
about it, but I'm not gonna harp on
and I'm not gonna have a fucking march about it either. But, you know what I'm saying? But I also would like to say this. Because that's for me personally, and I'm only speaking from a male privileged point of view, and I'm bald, so I don't need to have.
And he's bald.
I'm bald. Like the hair products don't affect me, But I'm speaking from male privilege because those products were marketed to Black women first. Mm-hmm. So I can't, I can only say to a certain point. That's not fair for me to speak for you, what I'm saying, mm-hmm. who may have needed those type of products growing up, you know what I'm saying? And so, but I will say this, what's important to you and what's not important to you may be important to somebody else. Right. You know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. So like, just as like, I know like last month, like we had a lot of issues when we were seeing it almost seemed like almost every day or every other day, we were seeing like, Black trans women, being killed, mm-hmm. That's an important issue to me. Mm-hmm. So would it be wrong for me to kind of knock down another issue for somebody else in the Black community just because I don't agree with it, mm-hmm. Or I don't think it's as important? Mm-hmm. I don't know. I think that as a cumulative community, whatever affects one person should affect all of us, mm-hmm. and we can't ask for inclusion, or we can't ask for one issue to be important if this is also affecting another one of my sisters. You know what I'm saying? Right. So if like I have one sister who's having an issue with trans issues, I have another brother who's having issues with being Black in the LGBTQ mm-hmm. community. I'm having another issue with one of my brothers, getting, gunned down by, a police officer. Mm-hmm. I'm having another issue with, kids having issues trying to, stay, financially stable, but they can't because of the government's crap that mm-hmm. Trump's dealing with. And I have another, issue with one of my sisters who's feeling slighted by a company that they supported for like God knows when. Right. So I feel like all these issues are important. It may not be important to you, but don't get mad when your issue that you have comes up. Right.
It was Shea Moisture, girl. It was a royal fuck up. Oh, yes. It was a fuck up.
Absolutely.
However,
right.
I'm still gonna buy my mask for my hair, girl. I'm just saying. I'm not gonna boycott the brand. Honestly, truly.
I mean,
at the end of the day, I'm gonna call you shit out as if what it is. But girl, hey,
But I will side eye you.
I'm gonna look at you crazy. Yeah. Don't do it again, bitch. Don't think I ain't watching you now.
Cause look,
but I'm still gonna buy my
that $12 fucking
and moisture shampoo and regrow clay mask for my hair, bitch. I surely am. Anyways, thanks for writing in, Angry Woke Woman. We're done.
Yes, that's all we got. We will be
Thanks for the questions.
Yes, and we'll be back with the vent section.
Hey Blazers, do you have an iPhone or Apple product? Then subscribe to us on iTunes.
iTunes is the best way to organize and enjoy the music, movies, and TV shows you already have, and shop for ones you want to get.
So instead of being angry stuck in a traffic jam or lacking motivation at the gym, spice up your routine with Blaze Entertainment.
Go to iTunes or visit entertheblaze.com for a direct link and subscribe today. All right, guys, let's get back to the show.
And we're back with the vent session.
We're black.
And I have a vent this week. Something happened to me yesterday.
Oh, shit.
And out of respect for my people in my life, I'm not going to say this person's name or say how they know me, but I'm going to call this shit out. So I was handing out some food to some people
At an event.
at a place.
At an event.
And I get to a male, and I give him the food, the piece of item, and I go about my damn business, handing out the rest of the food to the other people. And he casually strolls up to me and leans in as if he's whispering and says, "You know, just for the future, when you give a man a plate, don't forget the fork."
Bitch.
And I turned around, smooth as day, and I said, "Well, you know what? You surely could have gotten your own plate, huh?" And walked away. Everybody was shook.
And messaged me.
And let me tell you the thing about this situation. This man is thrice my age. Thrice. And I had to check you because you're not about to roll up on me with your misogynistic, sexist bullshit. Trying to talk to me about what I need to do next time. As if you teaching me a motherfucking lesson about what I need to do. So the next time, you won't be talking to me at all because you know I got a smart mouth. Now, you've been checked.
Okay.
Don't come up to me talking crazy. I'm not accepting the shit from men my age.
Well,
I'm not going to accept the shit from men your age.
Well.
So, we both going to be looking crazy. And then, he had the nerve to tell me to calm down. Are you serious?
Girl. You need not talk to me.
Don't talk to me because then I'm going to cuss your ass out. And then we really going to have a problem.
Right.
It's going to be, I don't know who's going to get mad, but somebody's going to get mad at me being mad. And this is going to be a real ass problem.
Right.
So.
Check your privilege.
Check your privilege. Don't come. Listen, when he said that shit to me, Kwame.
Shit.
It took all the ounces of me.
Bitch, when you messaged me.
Because my face was like, huh?
Because it's perplexing.
And then a person very near and dear to my heart was like, what did you say to her? So he reiterated. I said, well, you know what?
Well, he repeated it?
He repeated it.
Stupid. I would have been like, you know what?
I said, you could have got your own plate. See, I wouldn't have mind if he had came to me and said, hey, you know, you forgot my fork. And I'd have been like, oh, okay, I got you. You know, like.
Right. But over there trying
to say, when you giving a man a plate, don't forget the fork. Bitch, you really could have got up and got your own damn fork without saying nothing at all to me.
Miss Free, every time that we go out to eat and you don't give me a fork, I'm going to be like, where's my fork?
I'm going to say the same thing to you as I said to him. Reach over and get your own motherfucking fork. Bitch, I'm doing this because I was being nice.
Right.
And because I'm the youngest motherfucker here.
Okay.
But don't think my age is going to stop me
from cussing your ass out.
Exactly. I'm going to show you the same respect as you going to show me. So get it correct.
I can't believe that shit.
I'm done. Talking to me.
Misogynistic, niggas. Just ashy.
I was like, you ain't my daddy. That just rubbed me all kinds wrong.
Girl, when you messaged me yesterday about it, I was just like, what?
Try to tell me to you calm down.
So rude. Anyway, I was going to talk about Shea Moisture, but we talked about it in the listener letter portion of the show. But I had a second vent, okay? And this is going to be short and sweet because I'm still confused. I have transitioned from coffee to tea.
Ooh, girl.
So I understand the need because coffee is delicious.
Coffee has been my whole ass staple as of lately.
Especially when I was in Seattle. I used to have coffee all the time because Seattle is coffee connoisseurs everywhere. Mm-hmm. There's Pete's Coffee. There's Coffee Bean. There's Seattle's Best. There's Starbucks. You know what I'm saying? There's all these things. So, recently, Starbucks came out with this new drink called the unicorn drink.
Unicorn Pratt.
Whatever. Now, I understand the appeal of unicorns. I have a squatty potty myself, so I understand.
Huh? What the fuck is a squatty potty?
A squatty potty is those things, it's like the step things, and it's like, you ever seen a commercial of it where the unicorn is like pooping, and it's like comes out as ice cream, and like rainbow ice cream, because it's like unicorn? Your face,
girl. I don't know how you went from talking about a frat to taking a shit.
Because unicorns. Okay. So I understand unicorns are popular, and everybody's trying to be like a unicorn. Got
or
the
mermaid.
Unicorn hair, the mermaid hair, whatever. Unicorns. I don't understand why it's necessary to get diabetes in a cup. Like, I just don't understand it. Yeah. Like, why? Like, I feel like there's always something going on with Starbucks when it comes to like, and don't get me wrong, I appreciate all that they do or they try to do for the LGBTQ. Okay, but what I'm saying, I don't understand why there needs to be something. There's like Halloween time comes, the pumpkin spice frap. When fucking winter comes or Christmas comes, it's like fucking Christmas.
I know,
winter.
But those are seasonal things. Those are fun.
Okay. But what this unicorn
came out of nowhere.
Nothing. Like it's just diabetes. Like it's what it is. Like I don't understand how people didn't go into extreme sugar shock. Right. Like I don't understand it. It's pure sugar and gross. Like what is wrong with you?
When I saw it, I had an urge to get one just to see what it tasted like. And then I thought to myself, that looks like liquid cotton candy and I don't want that.
No, it looks like
I don't want
death.
That.
And I just can't.
I say it probably tastes like liquid cotton candy. I don't want that. I don't want that.
Just take syrup and just throw like just.
Can I have my iced coffee caramel with the 2%, please? Thank you.
Just drink maple syrup. Just drink pancake syrup. Just that's what it is. I don't understand. It's gross, and I know for a fact because I had a sip of it.
Oh, you did? What did it taste like?
It tastes gross.
But what did it taste like though? Liquid cotton candy.
It doesn't taste. I thought it was gonna taste like cotton candy. It doesn't. It has this like weird like aftertaste. Like it's just really sugary. Like I don't understand. It's gross. It's diabetes. It's diabetes. Okay, like I don't. Stop it, Starbucks. Stop the bullshit. Stop all of this. Like I need it to stop. We can invent better things. Okay, do better. That's what I'm asking for. I can't. Why are people coming up with all kinds of crap? I just don't understand it.
Well,
that's all I got.
That's all. Thanks for listening, guys.
Yes.
Please check us out on our various platforms, such as entertheblaze.com.
Yes.
On Enter the website. The Blaze everything.
Yes, because that's
Twitter, Facebook.
Yes. Oh, no, we don't have an Instagram. But our mother network does, Pirate Media Network, yes. Which they retweet, or excuse me, they post stuff for Blaze Entertainment as well. You can also listen to our show on iTunes. Go ahead and rate and review on iTunes. You can find the link to that on our social media websites or social media sites. Or you can go to entertheblaze.com and it gives you all of our various options because we have a pretty big distribution group there. Yeah. We're on Acast. We just recently got on Acast and TuneIn. And also we are on SoundCloud, iTunes, iHeartRadio, and oh my God, Android.
Everything, girl. Just
Pretty much,
everything.
yes.
Shit.
But if you guys would do us a cool favor and go onto iTunes and leave us a review, rate us and leave us a review, we will shout you guys out on the show. And yes.
Okay.
We appreciate it. Yes.
Have a nice night. We gotta get out this hot ass studio.
We gotta go. It's hot. Bye.